Today I'm talking about how I was kicked from every group chat I was in as a kid. I got my first phone when I was in fifth grade. It was an iPhone 5, and at the time it just came out, so I was really happy since I've always loved iPhones and wanted one for years. My mom gave me an old Android phone with no cellular data, so I could just play games like offline games like Geometry Dash, but that's about it. This was my fifth grade graduation, and almost all of my friends got a new phone during this time, so everyone was really happy, and we all quickly, exchanged information, got numbers, made group chats and everything. I don't know if it was something all of the parents put together, like that they would get all of their kids a phone during graduation, but it seemed that was the exact time everyone got a phone. Within the second year of everyone having their phones around, people started making group chats, and being kids, we started talking about random stuff in the chats, doing game pigeons, just talking about homework and stuff like that. I do remember that at this time, I was really annoying as a kid. Like, I was not fun to, text, I guess. I was fine in person, a little, much better, I guess, but if you, texted me, I was just really annoying. I don't remember too much, but I do remember not being very likable through text. At least I feel like in person I was a little better, but I didn't really know how to control myself back then, and I would start spamming the chats, replying to people who weren't even talking to me for no reason. Like someone would basically say, "Hey, have you heard about the new festival that's coming to town?" And I would be like, "Yeah, I have," and they were just not talking to me, so that was very stupid. So as you would assume, it wasn't too long before I got kicked from my first group chat. Now, at the time, I was really confused, thinking someone might have accidentally kicked me, and there's no way I would get kicked out from a group chat. Like, I couldn't be that annoying. So, as one would, getting kicked from a group chat without knowing the reason why, I texted one of my friends to invite me back, and I got ghosted. Keep in mind, this was 6th grade, and I was really annoying and very dumb. So, it was safe to say I never got back into that group chat. And I would hear people talking in school about things that happened in the group chat, like planning parties and stuff, and I was like, oh, well, that's great. Just kicked out. I guess first impressions really stick because I was never really invited to any group chat after that for a few years. And then I think 1 year went by and I did get into a group chat. Now we were in 7th grade and I got invited to a new chat because I'm assuming everyone forgot how annoying I was because this was the second year into our middle school, so we were meeting new people and making new chats, and I assume they just forgot about me and invited me by accident, or. I think I managed to stay into that group chat for about 2 to 3 days before getting kicked. That's gotta be a record, at least for me. I don't really know what I did to get kicked out of that group chat. I think I was just one of the kids that nobody really talked to, and they finally, probably after 2 or 3 days, realized, oh, this kid was annoying. Let's get rid of him, yeah. And as I got older, matured, if things got better, I started to realize why I was getting kicked from these group chats and becoming self-aware as to how annoying I was. Now, I was still pretty annoying if you talked to me in real life, but I did get significantly better from school chats or whatever. I just never said anything in a group chat unless I was being talked to, so that definitely helped not getting kicked from any more group chats. Or even if they asked for everyone's input, I would pretty much just stay quiet and just let it, settle down. Unless someone was talking directly to me, I would say it's not worth saying something or spamming the chat or replying to people randomly. I don't want to get kicked out of this one, so I got better. And guess what? I was never kicked from any of those group chats, so yes, it worked. It was me. Now, I was really happy at the time, but basically, I was just so self-conscious about sending messages and what people thought, and I didn't want them to think that I was annoying again or to kick me out of the group chat. So I was very picky with sending messages. Whenever anyone would say anything to me, I would actually take time, about 10 to 20 minutes, to think of my response, craft it into a formulated essay, and then narrow it down into 2 words. So for years, I was basically just a spectator in these chats and just watching everything go down. It was all right, I didn't get kicked out. It was pretty interesting. But I convinced myself that it was for the best. Sometimes even when people made plans in the chat and, everyone was like, oh, I can make it, I can't, I would be free, but I would just say, no, I can't make it, knowing damn well I'm sitting on my ass at home playing Minecraft on my Xbox 360 alone. And obviously, everybody that went to the party was spamming the chat with pictures of it, saying how fun it was. And, that just made me feel a lot better, Playing Minecraft alone versus hanging out with friends and having fun, obviously. Who wouldn't want to sit home and play Minecraft? But I convinced myself that this was for the best, thinking that if I went, I probably would have annoyed them and it would have just made things worse. So I was, very content with playing Minecraft alone. A few years went by, realizing that I can stop being so self-conscious, and I kind of fixed my problem with like being annoying and self-conscious. I just realized what to do, like the in-between, to not be annoying, but to still enjoy yourself and have fun and stuff like that. So I really stopped avoiding people and I started texting more, and overall, eventually, I became normal. I became a normal chat member. So I guess my advice is try not to be annoying. I know that's, better said than done, but, especially for kids. But yeah, just don't think about it too hard to the point where you avoid fun and hanging out with friends. That's pretty much it. See ya.